Hi from the future. Little disclaimer. When I started making this video, I didn't plan, think what I'm gonna say in general. I just decided, oh, I want to freehand embroider the Strasbourg from this picture. I'm gonna do it and film the whole process. So it started a little bit slow. I was trying to show what lines I see by placing thread on fabric, and I hope you enjoy the video. Today I'm starting a new piece, freehand embroidery on this yellow fabric with the pink threads. It's gonna be the Strasbourg view from one like really old bridge to the other houses. Here's my train of thoughts. I don't do any sketching prior to the embroidery. I just go from what I have. I already threaded some threads, and the thread is woolen. It's got only one strand, so I don't divide anything, just make a knot on the end and ready to go. This is a like temporary stretching. I will do it again and more pretty after I finish. What I do first is easier from the back into the corner and just kind of make the hole visible. After I finish, I'll just make it disappear, sliding on it. I'm just gonna show you. See, no hole. Now I need to do it again. Now I have the holes telling me where to stop embroidering and where is my canvas, and I have the thread that I'm gonna use for kind of measuring. So if you divide it in two halves, you'll see it's like the quarter of the whole image. Even without ruler, you can do this and bend it in half, and that's gonna be the middle. The middle ends somewhere here, and if we bend it one more time, that's gonna be the quarter somewhere here. Again, I can make the hole to remember it, the middle and the quarter. So I'm just gonna go and make first stitch. This is gonna be this stitch, and I'm seeing I started in the middle, but it should be kind of to the left. And that's practically the hardest part, because you need to start somewhere, and then you're gonna rely on these starting points or things that you already stitched to make new stitches. Here. Okay, so now I'm gonna do, this is the line I did, and I'm gonna go here. I can place the thread and see where I want it to go, probably somewhere here. And I'll just, you guessed it, I'll make a little hole. And just gonna go into that direction. And I actually can, hold thread like this, make a stitch, and I place it here. I place it on a hole, and I make a stitch, and I make a stitch. Usually I don't rely on this place the thread method too much, because I kind of like to do it a little bit chaotically. If you want to try and afraid to mess up, that can be your way. Yeah, that's gonna happen. This is where we're going to. Making back stitch and being really careful to go exactly into the same hole. no fabric visible here. You see, just a continuous line. I'm not pulling really hard on the thread because that will lead to holes as well. When you come up at this moment, look if you have a hole or not. If you do, you can adjust the thread. So go down, then you go up again, and you can check, yeah, give it some more to make sure it lies flat on fabric. You can see now that it's a little bit higher than the rest of the stitches, and when I go up and pull, now it's flat. A couple of holes lower than my initial goal, but that's okay. And we have a pretty straight line. Oh, I've got an idea. I can place it on the fabric. Okay, hope you enjoyed these sounds. Today is a new day of stitching on the yellow Strasbourg. You probably see it by the colors because it's morning. I wanted to say that I only have one skein of this woolen thread, and usually when I dance I just grab the DMC 6-stranded cotton and use one strand and do the details with it. So with this thread I mostly do outlines, windows, but window frames. This is for the finer thread. But if I will have enough of this, I'm gonna use it. I got my cup of chamomile tea ready. This is like the proper cup. You know, I don't like Starbucks, but they do understand. Cup sizes, more hydration, some water, and we're ready to start. First of all, this hoop stand is not for the canvases, and when you do this, it falls. I'm using these things, just like the stoppers. Put one on each side, then and it just stands on it. Now we're gonna move to the bridge over there and start with the houses. I find it easier when I freehand embroidering to go from the central piece to the sides. We did this part and this part. Here we have some like a little stitch that's gonna go horizontal, and we're gonna go again diagonally. I'm gonna do this part now. The next step that I'm gonna do is a bridge, and I'm gonna start with the upper part to build the lower part basing on the upper part, just to have something to rely on. Okay, so we can make an adjustment again. We're gonna aim somewhere here. No, this turned out too straight. Okay. Too horizontal, yeah. Oops. Retreating. No. Why do it so long? Okay, so let's go here. I'm just checking from time to time if I'm going into the right direction or I need to adjust. Hole that we did yesterday, that goes approximately where we need it. So great. What do we have here? I'm gonna do the parallel line and then build the arc. I found something on the back, and yeah, I have kind of a knot here. What is it? The minus of this thread is that I don't really see what's going on, so I'm just gonna try to unpick. Problem somehow got solved. Okay. Now I think that I need this to be lower, and I can adjust it by making the tucking stitch, like a part of couching stitch. So I'm going up, grabbing this thread, and going down, wrapping it, and placing it where I want it to be. Small knot, just pulling and it disappears. You know what, I'm gonna change this. They don't produce so much light. Yeah, I don't like it. Also, I don't want to work with such long thread because unpicking is getting harder. I'm just gonna trim and use that later. And since I did a lot of unpicking already, I'm gonna get rid of this piece and placing these scraps, orts into a bottle to make some fabric later. Yes. Securing stitches as usual. I don't poke the fabric, I just go under the stitches. I'm doing the upper line, it goes into this line we have here already. I had almost straight line, but it should be bent a little bit more. That's why I'm redoing it. And now the lower line. This is a bridge. Do you believe me? I don't see two yet, but we'll get there. Here goes the line. Yeah, the line, and it goes up. And here we'll add some dimension to my bridge. It doesn't feel like bridge yet. The next what we're going to do is this line. And usually I just measure, I can see that this is approximately this size, and here it's smaller. When I do the stitch, I also go for a smaller shape. So it's shape from here to here, and here we're gonna go smaller. After the details and the windows and all of that, it's gonna look much more recognizable. You just need to go through this stage when nothing feels like it should. For you, it's been, I don't know how I edited it, but a few minutes. But for me, it's been 1.5 hours filming and talking and refilming and retalking. Takes more time than just embroidering. I'm gonna go for a run, have lunch, and get back to you. So I'm back. Nothing really changed for you, yeah? Let's continue building the house. As you can see from the image, the house goes right like at the same line as the bridge, like this. I will add just a little bit up because it doesn't start right from the bridge to the road and all of that, so we're gonna go get this third of the bridge. Then the blue house is somewhere a little bit more than a half, and then we have this tower. Usually when I do it alone, I think about these dots. I don't really do them. It seems to be an easy way to explain what I do. I'm doing these vertical stitches just to kind of know where the next building starts. Yeah, one is enough. And that's the blue house. The tower starts super close. And this side goes parallel to the bridge. This side is parallel to this, so it's somewhere here maybe. Sometimes I change to how I think will look better. It's unexplainable, maybe explainable. I just want to have more of this side of the tower rather than the right side, which is not as pretty. Okay, I went probably too steep. Yes, and we go down, and we go somewhere here. I'm gonna go ahead and make this little thing to know where it ends. Let's get back to our first building. I usually embroider while watching of the reference on a full scale, so I know exactly where everything is, because when I, go too deep, I just can forget how much else I need to fit in the picture. So I just want to show that we have the small first floor, second floor, the roof. The first thing I do for every building is the frame, I would say, the shape. So I'm gonna go and divide the first floor, maybe do this little triangle shaped something. Then second floor, then I'm probably gonna do the roof. And when I finished with the forms, I can do the windows and all this Fachwerk stuff. Okay, so the first floor was a lot lower than the second one, so is it a lot lower? Probably not really. So I'm just gonna go back. I'm just gonna make this stitch shorter. I'm starting stitch a little bit to the right, so I could do this triangle something. I am not sure I know how to call it in my native language, so don't judge me for not knowing this word. And I studied in the architectural university to manager, but still I wish I had these subjects. And just keep the line parallel to the ground floor, to this line, and that's pretty much what I'm doing now. Also in Germany, this would be called the ground floor, and the next floor is the first floor. But I can't get used to it, although it makes sense, because when you go into the apartment from the ground and don't go up any stairs, you are still on the ground floor, like on the ground. Now to the first floor. I said it right. Yes. Okay, so if I do it here, yeah, that's fine by me. Yeah, here you see I didn't go into the same hole, and I have like this little piece of fabric visible, so I'm just gonna make one more stitch. Perfect. Now parallel to this line. Let's have a look on the image. We can see that the middle of the roof is in the end of this thingy on the ridge. That's where I'm gonna have it approximately. That's how I look for things that help me to understand where to put what. Thingy here, and this is the half of the roof. This line, and it should be parallel to this line under the bridge. How do I look for the parallel lines? I just look at the picture and try to see them. Sometimes they can be not entirely parallel, but they go in the same direction, and it's something you can rely on. And making the roof. So remember I said that it's gonna look better. Not now. Still some time to go. I'm not sure that I'm gonna film like the whole project with my thinking or explanation. That slows me down a lot. Because I think a lot, so I talk a lot, and I don't embroider that fast. Do let me know if you like this type of videos and what would you like me to show. Comment. And oh, thank you, little guy, for holding this for me. Yes, I'm acting as if I didn't put it there. So I think I'm gonna just embroider for now. I'm pretty much looking for the parallel lines and embroider the outer shapes of buildings. Do you remember when I said that I will just embroider shapes, nothing inside? For these roofs, I had to make the windows because otherwise I just won't be able to measure the roof shapes. And I'm gonna do the second window because I figured out the shape now. And why postpone it? Why? I forgot to say hello. This is a day 3 and I'm gonna continue making these outlines and hopefully I'll finish all of them today, and maybe tomorrow I'll start with details, maybe today I'll start with details. Who knows? We'll see. At the moment when 90% of the outline is finished, and I want to add this streets, and also I don't like the roof. So what I do when I don't like something, I get rid of it. And I'm gonna get rid of it in the middle. Now I'll just take it out, and this side too. I do it in the middle, so I would have two ends that I can secure. Yeah, and this one was with the knot. I'm just gonna thread it and secure it. Now I can embroider new roof. I'm gonna start with the details, and I want to say that I have a lot of thread left, so I'm gonna do everything with this thread. I'm gonna start with door, and I think it ends somewhere here on the first floor, and it's on the side. So again, I am just measuring, kind of measuring with the thread, and just going ahead. It's pretty narrow. That's where embroidery starts to look much better, much more recognizable when you add some windows and details. Also, even after like this and this, it got looking better. And I think I'm not gonna clarify what this is. We have the address sign here and the window. Another kind of two windows. I thought I would talk more during this process, but it's really the same as shapes before. I just look where it's placed and trying to recreate it. Sometimes my calculations are off and maybe I will end up with less windows, but that is okay, because people who are gonna see this embroidery, their goal won't be to compare, it to the picture. I'm just gonna live its own life. This window looks super empty and there is no window frame on this tower, so I'm just making a shadow. Now I like it much more. I'm gonna do the lamp post later on, call it as you want. There are also like some electric boxes. You don't really need to know what this is. Adding them as details make picture more interesting. Okay, so now if you compare this view of tower on previous view of it, this one looks way more interesting and you can spend some time looking at it. So I'm moving to the blue house. We have here big door or window, not sure what it is. And I don't remember already. in Strasbourg in May, and it's now almost October. Yeah, I think today, tomorrow is the last day of September. Welcome back to the day 4 of working on this piece. I think I probably spent a couple of hours on it each day. Maybe today we will finish, maybe not. Basically, we have left this part, details, and I want to do some bricks and I want to do some water. Today I just want to finish with these windows. I'm gonna regroup because I don't really see the picture. It's too sunny today. With the final stripe, we're gonna make this embankment stone, and then gonna make the water. For the stones, they are really tiny. We have pretty big threads, so I'm gonna just make them slightly bigger. And for the water, what we can see is just small lines, horizontal lines, so that's what I'm gonna do. Here's the interesting part. I'm not sure if I finished or not, because I like how it looks, but maybe it doesn't look like water, maybe it does. I need to spend some time without this embroidery and look at it with fresh eye. Also, usually I embroider water like this, just with less movement. Okay, I'm gonna finish it. Okay, so let's look at it in the frame. So, do we like it? Do we hate it? I can't say for sure. I'm gonna wait until tomorrow, and maybe I will redo the water. Maybe I'll do more of this. Maybe I'll leave it like this. Today is the next day, and by the power given me, because I'm a person who made this project, I declare it finished. I didn't fix it in the photo frame yet, and I will add a second layer of fabric so it won't be so transparent, but it's finished. Let me know if you want to see how I finish the back, and I'll make a video about this as well. Subscribe to my channel, press the like, and write a comment. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.